Hey, welcome to the Underground Treehouse. I'm Big Kenny, and it's Guy Show time. Now we hear it in our music. We listen to poems, and we've seen all kind of creative media release that talks about the crazy love. I'm so crazy in love right now. You got me going in circles. My mind is in a daze. I'm out of my mind with love. And that sounds real sweet and endearing to the ego. But sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And it reminds me of my friend OD and his girlfriend Spooky Music. Now, OD's real name was Landon, but OD was short for overdo it because he was always overdoing it. If we were playing basketball and he fouled you, he would call the foul against himself like hard foul on you, on you, on you. Like just, way too much for the situation. He was never reading the temperature of a room. And then we had his girlfriend whose real name was Rebecca, but I called her Spooky Music because she was just super creepy. Whenever she was around, there was like a dark, foreboding mood over the crowd. She had this weird Bruce Lee haircut. When she held hands with him, they had to hold hands like this with her hand always on top when they sat next to each other. If he was away from any time, he had to call and check in, but at odd times. Like, Landon, call and check on me in 17 minutes. Like, what? Like, why 17 minutes? But she would insist, call and check on me in 14 minutes, 82 seconds. What? 82 seconds? That's not even a thing. So they had their little relationship. And she was always wanting to know, where are you going? What are you doing? And OD blamed it on the fact that, I keep hammering that nail with this hammer. That's what it is. I keep slamming that nail with this hammer. Like he was putting it on her. And I wasn't trying to say that, OD, you ain't putting it on her. I'm just saying, are you putting it on her that much where you got to call her in 14 minutes and 83 seconds? That kind of stuff confused me. So one day we out at the local Hooters, we having some beer and some wings. And I guess the waitress that was bringing the wings over got a little too friendly with OD, and he started enjoying the sauce too much or something like that because she got upset about the way things were going, and they got into this big heated argument. Now, because he was known to overdo things, he started screaming, well, I tell you what, this ain't thing. And she started, I just don't like how you disrespect me, and I just did. And at some point, OD overdoing it, knocks his tray over and pushes her food over and screams, I don't have the energy for this. And they get up and they leave the restaurant, and there's some shoving and there's some screaming, and the police show up. Well, he was arrested for some sort of vandalism type, disorderly conduct, pushing a woman, and she was arrested for leaving the restaurant without paying her tab. I guess the police needed them both to go to jail and cool off. Well, just so happened that Spooky Music gets out first. Spooky Music gets out first, and she doesn't go and bail out OD. She lets him work that out with his brother. And when he gets to the house, there were two things in life that he really cared about. One was his fish tank, and the other one was his two white mice. He the frickin' frack, his two white mice, and he loved them. And when he got home, Spooky Music had packed her stuff and moved out. But before she left, she placed his fish tank in the deep freezer. So his fish were frozen as they swam. And then she took some of that spray stuff that turns into hard foam and sprayed it in the white mice, like she ran them into the tube and sprayed it into the tube where you could see them like this, like they were trying to get out. And on each of the tanks, she put the words, I don't have the energy for this. So, men, when you're looking for somebody that's crazy for you, make sure that first and foremost, they're just not crazy.